Here in Milwaukee, baseball coming up on this Memorial Day. It's the St. Louis Cardinals and the Milwaukee Brewers. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Today's focus is on a bullpen that's been tremendous recently. From the setup arms to the closers, this group literally changes outcomes of games, Singy.
It's been incredible to watch, Boog. And once the starters hand over the ball, it's been practically game over for the opposition.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And on the hill here today, Kyle Harrison. What should we keep an eye on here?
Very dominant his last time out, picked up the win, only allowed one run. These guys would love to see him back on his game in this one.
Okay, all set to go. Lars Nootbaar now at the plate. And away we go this afternoon. Tap foul at the plate. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss. Got him. One gone here. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. And a big factor for them in recent games, Ivan Herrera.
Boog, this is one of those guys you want at the plate in those big game-defining moments. I mean, he's such a consistent hitter. You got to love watching him in those situations. And hopefully we'll get a chance to see that in this one.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with a number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Ramon Urias stands in now and watches strike one. Base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Good start for him to this ball game tonight. And I always talk about it, get a knock in your first at bat. It just makes your confidence at such a higher level for the potential of having a big night.
And that one misses up and in. And that's ball one. Fought off foul. Urias leads off first with 2 down to the inning. That one inside, and that's ball 3. So a walk puts runners at first and second.
Well, interesting, he went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
Now at the plate, Pedro Pajes. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. So the Cards strand a couple. Now it's the Brewers' turn. It's a scoreless ball game. You're watching Brewers baseball on The Show, Wisconsin. Back here at American Family Field. And for the Cardinals here this afternoon, Andre Palante. What do you have on him, Siggy?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. And the strike is overturned after review. Still 2 challenges left for them. That's off the inside corner. Ball 3. That one misses. So a leadoff walk. Challenge from behind the dish here. And the call stands. It was indeed a ball. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. Here's Jackson Churio. Not only is he young, Singy, he's the first player born in 2004 to reach the major leagues.
Whew. Is that supposed to make us feel good about ourselves?
No. Pitch misses inside, and it's 2-1. Swung on, belted. Carrying well. Out of here. His 4th home run of the season. The Brewers score first. It's 2-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Fastball for a strike at 95.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
0-1 now. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Outside. And the count now even up. Battling here as he fouls it away. Got him. Rusty Valentine rings him up. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. Someone who makes things happen for them in part with his legs, Sal Frelick.
And Boog, you know he's happy seeing a righty out there on the mound in this one. I mean, over 300 against righties on the year, so definitely you expect him to try to tack on a few more points of batting average with a couple of hits. Should be a good matchup for him in this one.
And now it's William Contreras. Bouncer to second. Handles, throws the first, 2 away. That one finds the zone, and that is strike 1. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That one carrying. Gone. Straight into the visitor's bullpen. A solo shot. It's their 2nd home run of the inning, and they add on. It's 3-0.
Maybe he's starting to break out of this mini slump. That's the type of swing that makes you think good things are coming his way.
For a
pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that breaking ball down. That time, he got punished for it. Hitter just did a really good job of staying within himself and getting the barrel to the baseball.
So up next, Garrett Mitchell.
Too much swing and miss in his at-bats recently, striking out nearly twice in each of the last 5 games.
Two down, nobody on. In the air, left field. Nootbaar moving under it. And that will end the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 3-0. It's an NL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Back here in Milwaukee. On now to the top half of inning number 2.
They're off to a great start, 3-run lead after their first inning, but so important to be airtight defensively. Don't give away extra outs and allow that other club to get back in this ballgame.
Ripped to third and caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
And now J.J. Weatherholt. Well struck right field. That's back. Gone. A solo shot. And they cut into the deficit. It's 3-1.
Wasn't fooled on the first pitch at all. He squared it up right away. Got to keep that front shoulder closed and your body square to the plate, especially when you're facing a left-hander. He did all those things until the very last moment where that hip just popped. Hands came through, nice little lag to it. Carried out nicely.
Strike 2.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Nice grab. Fires to first, and they get the out. 2 down, bases empty. Victor Scott will hit next. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass. And a foul ball. Chris, he's currently the team leader in stolen bases. This one popped up. And a foul ball. Two down, bases empty, but 1 run across here at the top of the second. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And that is that. Cards claw back a bit on the homer. It's now a 3-1 ball game. It's an NL. Back here at American Family Field, we head to the bottom of the second. Luis Rengifo up now for the Brewers. Swing and a ground ball. Urias over to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
That's in for a strike at 95. And the count 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. To the right side, Sajazi. He'll do it himself. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2. Next for the Brewers, David Hamilton. Had the day off yesterday. 2 down, nobody on. What a stop. Throw to first. Nicely done for the out. Gone in order are the Brewers, but they still lead it 3-1. Welcome back. Last series, the pitching was not good as we take a check of the numbers. Singing, he's currently the team leader in runs scored.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Hit on the ground to the right side. Bowers takes it to the bag. Leadoff man retired here in the third. In there at the knees. 0-1. On the ground and foul ball. Goes down swinging for the strikeout, and that's 4 strikeouts. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's the second baseman, Ramon Urias.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. Chorio moving under this one. And that is that. Nothing doing there for St. Louis. Score holds. It's 3-1. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Well, these Brewers doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. They're hitting everything thrown at them. Their contact rate is in the low 90s. It's like they know what's coming, and that's just pretty ridiculous what they're doing right now. Those numbers are well above the major league average.
That one fouled off. And that's downstairs. And it's 3-2. Chopper right side. Urias whips it to first. 1 gone, bottom of the third inning. And there's the strike. High fly ball right field. Walker under it. 2 down. This is Bryce Terang. Went down on strikes his first time through. Two down, nobody on. Up the middle. And it finds its way through for a hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Possibly thinking about home run number 100 here. He's just 1 shy of that milestone.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Carrying well. Out of here. The two-run shot. That's a special one. 100 career homers. And they tack on to their lead. It's 5-1. Siggy, that's a special one. His 100th career home run.
Man, 100 career homers. Pretty impressive. Lightning fast hands to be able to hit that velocity fastball on the inside part of the plate. In my experience, when you're looking out over the plate, allowing the ball to travel, it's pure reaction to hit a pitch in that location. That's a tremendous swing.
Bowers handling the duties at first. He made his major league debut when he was 24 years old, and he was drafted in the 7th round back in 2013.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, we're going to have to go to the bullpen.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground. And that'll do it. 2 runs for Milwaukee on the dinger. It's now a 5-1 ball game. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been struggling.
You know, these Cardinals just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today. And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Here's a 1-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch. Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Gets him to chase after that one. That's a laser base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Thomas Sajazi next up for the Cardinals. He's 0 for 1. Gets the outside corner with that one. Liner snagged it first.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
That's the ball.
Hit hard, but foul off to the left. The 1-1 is fouled off. And now it's 1-2. This one in the air center field. Mitchell gets under it. And that'll do it. So one hit is all they get. And midway in the fourth, it's the Brewers 5 and the Cardinals 1. It's an NL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Welcome back, and they turn to a new arm as we kick off the bottom of the fourth. Kyle Leahy.
He's averaging more than one hit allowed per inning pitched this season, and that's not where you want to be at all. So we'll see how he does here.
That one lifted to left. Nootbaar settles underneath it, and there's one down.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
There's a strike, 95 of that one. Swing and a miss. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Fights it off. You'll see another. And a 1-2 again. Up the middle, and that one finds its way through. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Next for Milwaukee, Sal Frelick. That one ripped but foul. The 0-1. This one ripped but foul to the right. His stolen base numbers this season are good enough to put him top 5 in baseball, Siggy. That one is absolutely belted. And into the gap. And it'll be runners at second and third, only 1 away.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
Two on, 1 out.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
Not even close there. Ball 3.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. And that one fouled off. Payoff pitch. Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Well, when you commit to throwing an inside fastball to your glove side across the strike zone, especially with 2 strikes, if you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate in. You do not want to leave it out over the heart of the plate. So that was excellent execution on that pitch. Really tied him up, and he couldn't get a piece at all.
Yelich, the next to hit, takes ball 1. The Brewers trying to break this one open. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's a rocket to right field. Should be extra bases. One run across. Another comes in to score. It's 7-1. A A two-run double.
Nicely done. Brings home two. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
That one ran inside, almost got him. And it's second. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swing and a pop-up. Walker on his way in. And the inning is over. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Brewers 7 and the Cardinals 1. Ready now for the 5th inning, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Jordan Walker.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
You know, these Cards, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Throw over to Bowers. 1 away here in the 5th. Singy, here's a look at his pitch breakdown for the game.
Well, he's known for that four-seamer, Boog, and we've seen plenty of it from him today. You don't throw one pitch this much without having plenty of confidence in it. Not a whole lot of damage against him yet, and he may just keep this approach.
The 0-1. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Has room, and he makes the catch.
I just think the lack of drawing any walks is an indication that they need to be a little more selective and less anxious about forcing something to happen.
Back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. Here's the left fielder, Lars Nootbaar. On the ground right side to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. It's the Brewers 7 and the Cardinals 1. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Bryce Terang stepping in. You look at where his OPS ranks in the league and think this man's just out here breaking calculators, Singy.
Yeah, it's like he's got cheat codes. Walks, bombs, doubles. He's doing it all.
Foul ball there. Edge of the zone, called a strike. 0-2 now. Stays alive. The 0-2. And they'll do it again. The 2-2 on the way. Ripped on the ground to second, and that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th. Lined into left center, base hit. One gone, runner at first. Next for the Brewers, Jake Bauers. He's already homered in this game. Inside, almost got him. The 1-0. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Grounder might be two. Here's Wynn for one. Double play. And that'll do it for the inning. One hit in the inning, but nothing more than that. 5 innings complete. It's the Brewers 7 and the Cardinals 1. Welcome back as we look at the highlights from today's game so far. Ivan Herrera, the next to hit.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
Now he breaks his bat. The flip, and very nicely done for the out.
Good fastball in on the hands, makes the swing a little defensive. Jammed him up right there.
This to center field. Grabs it on the run. And there's 2 away. At the plate, Mason Wynn.
No, this manager knows that his players are just trying to do too much. Everybody needs to just take a deep breath, relax, and let it naturally happen.
Fouled off left side. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. That one missed.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
Swings through that one out in front that time. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Freeland under it. And that is that. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. They're down 7-1. Back here in Milwaukee, well, we go bottom 6. Garrett Mitchell up now for the Brewers.
Well, these Brewers, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well. With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
That one finds the zone, and it's 1-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Got him swinging.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Out towards right center field. And it falls. And that's a 1-out single. Sal Freeland up now for the Brewers. His righty-lefty splits there. In the air out towards right center. Walker under it. And there are 2 down. Rengifo off of first with 2 away. In there at the knees. That is strike 2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Milwaukee leaves 1, and they're on top 7-1. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
Singy, were you superstitious as a player?
I'd say a little bit, and I wouldn't want to admit it, but I think, you know, you have a good game the next day. You're maybe thinking a little bit when you're putting your spikes on. Which one did I put on first? What did I eat? You know, let me just bring that back into today.
So you weren't superstitious, you were a little stitious.
Yes, I was medium stitious.
Yeah, there's the strike.
We've got some superstitions up here in the booth, and you never can say, hey, this game's going really fast early in the ball game.
Yeah, that is one of the ways that we are capable of putting the jinx on the game, is talking about how fast the game is going. That normally will grind it to a screeching halt.
No question.
Foul ball. And the 0-1.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
Out of line, out towards center. Brings it in. J.J. Weatherholt next up for the Cardinals. He's already homered here in this one. That's in for a strike. And he'll challenge that called strike. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. They'll keep their remaining challenge. The lefty, the 1-0.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
The Brewers up big in this one. Here in the top half of inning number 7. And a seed into center. That's a base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single. And now, Jordan Walker. This splits between April and May there. Runners are at the corners, 1 away. Next offering in there for a strike. 0-2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Popped up. Foul territory behind the plate. That's out number 2. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. It's the Brewers 7 and the Cardinals 1. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Number 67. He last pitched 2 days ago. That one fouled off. And a big swing and a miss. That's off the mark. Full count now. And a base hit right there. And aboard on a leadoff single. It's low and bounces into center. No advance though. Ball didn't get too far away. Here goes the runners. In the air to left center. Scott turns to the right on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. One pitch and one out. One out man at first. Next for Milwaukee, Bryce Terang. 1 for 3. Runner on the go. That's in for a strike. Saved at second, and that was not close. Man at second. Out towards left center. He's got it. Runner tags at second, and he's up to third safely with 2 gone. Here comes the manager out of the car. So they turn to the veteran pitcher in this spot, Ryan Stanek.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it. Bringing the cheese on that one.
Two outs and a runner at third. Here the bottom of the 7th. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a 1-2. Line drive. That's a base hit. Runner in from third to extend their lead. It's an RBI single. It's 8-1. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Now here's Jake Bowers. And there's a foul ball. Swings through that one for strike 2.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle. But I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
And that one is lifted in the air. That is the inning. A run on 2 hits, and they lead 1. 8th inning coming up. It's the Brewers 8 and the Cardinals 1. Back here at American Family Field. And here's the St. Louis leadoff man, Lars Nootbaar. This one smoked on its way out of here. And they cut into the deficit.
First pitch hacking, and it paid off for him in a big way. It's not easy to hit a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate for a home run, but I think it caught just too much of that outside part of the plate. Maybe a little bit of a mistake, but he didn't miss it at the plate.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Kyle Harrison won't go any further. Pretty good effort, and he exits with a lead. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we get back. Here's a new pitcher from the pen, D.L. Hall. He's into the game with the bases empty. And a foul ball. Here comes the 0-1. Rip, but it curls foul. And that's the strikeout looking. Not sure about that call. Pitcher might have gotten a friendly strike 3. Ramon Urias next up for the Cardinals.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Right back to him on the mound. Tosses to first, and they got him. On the ground to the left, and it stays fair. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. Now up for St. Louis, Pedro Pages.
Used a big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center.
Now he's challenging the called strike. And they don't come much closer, but it was a ball. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Win off of first with 2 away. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. On the ground, right side. Turan throws to first in time. Inning over. 1 for the Cardinals on the solo home run. And this is now an 8-2 ball game. It's an NL Central. Back here in Milwaukee, they put themselves out front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
On the ground, out to short. Sends it to first. And that's 1 away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Oh, but we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
And first offering is fouled off.
Now, this is just par for the course these days. Huge fastballs coming out of the bullpen.
And the 0-1. Foul ball there. The 1-2. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Urias has a beat on it. Takes it in for the out.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Freeland in the box here and fouls it off for strike one. 2 down, nobody on. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. On a line, base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going. David Hamilton up now for the Brewers. 0 for 3 in this one. Here's the pitch. Runner on the go. Strike in there. Throw. Save. Man on second, 2 down. And a slider misses down and away.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So it's a good take by him.
Pulls that one foul. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Brewers strand 1. They lead at 8-2. Back here in Milwaukee, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Thomas Sajazi. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. And a good start to the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride low, out of the way early. Stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee. When a leadoff man gets on, you want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Goes down looking for the strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. 1 out, man at first. And here is Jordan Walker. That's a base hit. And out to a board. That's the third. Hot shot, and he can't knock it down. Coming home. 1 run is in. Walker is waved home. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and it's 8-4.
Gets the job done as he brings home a pair. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
And another ball
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Makes the catch for the second out. So they're down to their final out. Stepping in, Ivan Herrera. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, and he's grounded out.
It's a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
Slapped hard the other way, but foul.
This guy's seen 2 changeups in a row. Could be a little vulnerable for a fastball right there.
The Cards down to their final strike. Back up the middle and a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score. Now a 3-run game. It's 8-5. In for a strike. And it's 0-1. That one in there across the letters.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
And that one did miss. And the strike is overturned. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out. Mason Wynn next up for the Cardinals. The tying run at the plate. In the air, right field. Makes the catch. Ball game. And the Brewers take the series opener here at home.
Well, I'd say we got treated to a good one. You got to love a game when you get 13 runs on the board. A lot of offense, but it doesn't end in a blowout. Tons of really good at-bats to look back on in this one.
Live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, MLB The Show has action out of the NL Central. It's the St. Louis Cardinals and the Milwaukee Brewers. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. Biggest story in this one is just how dominant his pitching has been, Singy. He's been in complete control in recent starts.
So much confidence on the bump, Boog. Painting corners, changing speeds. He's been an absolute nightmare for would-be hitters.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. And taking the ball for Milwaukee, Chad Patrick. Base runners are tough to come by with him out there, Chris.
Yeah, this guy's been real stingy, man, not allowing guys to play the game, just keeping them at home plate. I mean, just ridiculous. Sub-1 whip. I mean, he's dominating hitters, and a guy like this on the mound, one of the elite starters in the game right now.
Ready to go? Ivan Herrera getting ready to hit. And away we go here in Milwaukee. Nice grab. Jump throw. On the money. Nice play.
Good stretch there to make the play. It looks like someone added a little yoga to their daily routine, if you ask me.
Just off the outside edge, and it's 1-0. Newbar with a homer in his last game. Just underway here in Milwaukee. There's a line drive to left field. And a couple of quick outs. Okay, let's check out the lineup. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Ivan Herrera.
Well, these days we know teams, they put a game plan together for every hitter in a lineup. But a guy like this, they circle him, make sure he doesn't beat you. So they put in a little extra time and effort on how they're going to approach him. He can be a huge difference maker when he's hot. So it's going to be fun to see how they try to work him right here.
Alec Burleson, the next to hit, takes ball 1. And he's the home run leader on this team, Singy. Up the middle. Oh, nice play. Throws from his knees. And that's a great play for the out.
Making it look easy at the keystone position. Definitely worth another look. He'll get some high fives when he gets into the dugout.
Back here in Milwaukee. And now here's the starter for St. Louis, Hunter Dobbins. Singy, he was impressive his last time out.
He's off to a good start, getting a win in his first start of the season, and so lifted a little bit of pressure. Right here, it's all about getting win number 2.
Christian Yelich up now for the Brewers. Swing, a high fly ball, right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. Christian Yelich leaves the yard. His 11th of the year. The Brewers score first. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
On the ground, right side. Burleson takes it to the bag, and that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Bryce Terang. This is Bryce Terang. This one in the air, right field. Drops in for a hit. Couldn't run it down. And he's got a double.
A lot of times in today's game, right fielders are able to get to a ball that stays in like that, but he hit that one pretty well. And if he hits it just a little bit different on the barrel, it's out of here easily. But there's nothing wrong with the extra bases right there.
runner takes off for third. Pitch misses. And that's a stolen base, not even close. And that extends his lead for the most stolen bases in baseball.
Well, maybe he thought he should have gone for a triple instead of a double and just decided, I'm going to take third this way. Definitely use it.
What a stop. Throw to first. Run scores, but a terrific play to get the out.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
Jake Bauers up now for the Brewers. Bauers matched a homer in his last game. Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here in the second game of the series. In the air, right field. Walker on the move. He makes the grab. That is the inning. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. We move to the second in Milwaukee. The Brewers lead this one 2-0. This is Brewers baseball on the show, Wisconsin. Back here at American Family Field. On now to the top half of inning number 2. So the Milwaukee Brewers putting together a terrific season so far, about a third of the way in. And Singy, they had high expectations coming into the year, and so far they look the part completely.
For sure, Boog. I mean, these guys are winning at a very high rate, competitive in every single game. It's been impressive. Plenty of season still to go, of course, but they look like a team that's built for October.
Just off the outside edge. And there's a strike. Swings through that. That one hit to right. Freeland on his way over. He's got it. And there's one down. Here's Nolan Gorman.
He's been on fire at the dish lately. Hits in each of the last 6 games.
That one's in there. That's strike 1. Patrick. He isn't really known as a starting pitcher that's going to get you deep into the start. It's not that he's not capable. He just hasn't proven that he can do it yet. Swing and a ground ball. Bauers steps on the bag. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second. Swing and a high fly ball left field. And that is that. So they go quietly there. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Brewers 2 and the Cardinals nothing. It's an NL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Back here at American Family Field. We head to the bottom of the second. Garrett Mitchell up now for the Brewers. On the ground, right side. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this.
Looked to me like he kind of let the ball play him instead of playing the ball, and it just ate him off. The hands get stiff, and even the best infielders make these kinds of mistakes. You just have to learn from it and move on.
Just missed. Runner on the go, pitching for a strike. Throw bounces, and he's in there safely with the stolen base. Man at second. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton. Got him swinging.
Beat him inside on that last pitch, and when you look back at the pitch sequence on that strikeout, it's pretty interesting. Away, in, away, and then back in again. Really commanded both sides of the plate right there, and that makes it pretty tough to get comfortable in the box.
Oh, 1 now. On the ground right side. Fires to first in time. David Hamilton up now for the Brewers. Hitless in 4 at-bats yesterday. Fouls one off out of play back to our left. Check swing, and he went. And the count is 0-2. Some heat there at 98 miles an hour. After 2, it's a 2-0 ball game. New inning getting started, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Ramon Urias. Urias hitting 7th in today's lineup. They got him off of waivers earlier this season. The 1-0. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
That's a really great job of sequencing. Pitched before, good fastball through the zone, and as a hitter, you got to be ready to get on that with 2 strikes. He breaks it off. Good slider to the outside corner of the plate. Tell you what, that was a really good pitch.
Weatherhole went deep in his most recent game. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Now it's the right fielder, Jordan Walker.
Pretty rare to see a 3-homer game like he had last time out. The only active player with at least 4 3-homer performances is Mookie Betts, who's tied for the all-time lead with 6.
And another ball. That one misses. Ball 3.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire. And out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
Man at first, 1 away. And he grounds one to the right side. And that's just foul. Runner on the move. Called strike 3. Go to second. Out there. And that ends the inning.
Trying to make something happen there on offense, but that's the risk you run. Awesome. Strike him out, throw him out.
Back here in Milwaukee as we go to the last of the 3rd. Christian Yelich up now for the Brewers. Popped up. Weatherhole gets under it. And there's one down. First pitch swinging.
The high fastball, particularly for young hitters, can be hard to lay off of because you see it so well at eye level, but it's really hard to catch up and get that top hand to work on time.
Hard hit left side. Fires over to first. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the 3rd. Bryce Terang now at the plate. A double and a run scored his first time up. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Chris, he's been one of the most powerful hitters in baseball this year. His home run numbers are good enough to put him top 5 in the league.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
2 down, nobody on. This one in the air center field. Scott settles underneath it, and that is that. Gone in order are the Brewers. They're up 2-0. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been struggling. Ground ball left side. Fair ball. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Gets him to chase after that one.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit.
And that one hammered. Oh, he dunks it off the foul pole. His 7th home run of the season. And we have a tie ball game. It's 2-2. That's his 3rd straight game with a homer, Siggy.
This dude is on fire, Boone. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. Well, he really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until it flanked off the pole. Every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something, but really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
Now, here is Alec Burleson. That's a little bit low. Up the middle. And that one handled. Now a jump throw. Nicely done for the out. On the ground. And that chance handled. Whips it to first. Fine play in the hole for the out. Nolan Gorman will hit next. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Check swing called strike. 0-2 now. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. That pays his 3rd of the game. Back here at American Family Field. Bottom of the inning. William Contreras up now for the Brewers. Fastball for a strike. Sliced hard but foul. The 1-2. In the air to left center. Scott on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Swing and a ball popped up. Burleson settles underneath it. And that quickly 2 away.
Oh, that's a frustrating into the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
The 0-1. In the air, right field. Reaching for it and brings it in. Nothing across here this half. We played 4. We are tied 2-2. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. And he drops it down the third baseline. Barehands it. Tough play. Oh, the throw is wild. And he'll pull into second safely.
Well, he just tried to force a play that wasn't there. Ends up a single and a throwing error. So now they have to deal with a runner in scoring position. You know, good communication on the field can make a big difference on a play like that.
That one close. Ruled the ball. Ball 1.
You know, these Cards just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Oh, great stop. And very nicely done for the out.
It's frustrating for these hitters because they know they're not missing by much, but it's going to take an adjustment to see some changes.
Weatherford up to bat next. Lays off for a ball. 1 out. The go-ahead run is at second. Close, but called a ball. And now 3-0.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if they'll walk you.
There's a strike. And ball 4, 2 aboard. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
That one ripped, but foul.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up. Try to track the ball. Block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about. But some way, somehow, climb back into this at-bat through the count.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The Brewers trying to keep this a 2-2 game, and we're at the top of the 5th.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Check swing, appeal to first. No swing, just held it back there. Two on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts. And now it's Ivan Herrera. 1 for 2. Ball 1, no strikes. To the right side, Bowers. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. We've hit the halfway point. Tied 2-2. Back here in Milwaukee, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Luis Rengifo up now for the Brewers.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
hit. And they have their first hit since the first inning.
I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive in the center field.
Into center. Scott trying to get to it. He gets there to make the play. A nice running grab. And there's one down. Go-ahead run on base. David Hamilton digs in now. Struck out swinging his first time. Inside. Ball one.
Always tough to turn two on a speedster like this. It's even harder with him coming out of the left-handed batter's box. You really need something to hit hard on the ground that they can handle to turn two quickly.
In the air, left field. And it's a foul ball. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two. Double play ball to second. There's one. Over to first. Safe. And there's a strike.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Strike in there. Not in time. He's safe.
2 outs is a great time to try to steal second, especially when you have a guy with some wheels on first. Defense probably knew it was coming, but figured we better focus on trying to get this hitter out. Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
In the air to left center. Scott on the move to the alley. He's got it. And that's the inning. Through 5. Back here in a close one. And a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game. Next to hit, Lars Nootbaar. And that one hit to first. Bowers takes it himself. 1 pitch and 1 out. All tied up, and we're the top half of the 6th. Knee high, that's in for a strike. Burleson wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And the strike is overturned after review. They'll keep both their challenges. Fastball for a strike. Ripped to short. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Pedro Pajes. Oh, what a stop. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out.
Excellent stop right there. He wants to take it himself, waves the pitcher off, and continues to run into the dugout.
Back here at American Family Field, bottom of the 6th inning, Jackson Chourio up now for the Brewers. That is upstairs for ball 1. Chourio in his 3rd season, 22 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. Liner snagged at first. He's someone you really want to keep off the bases, Chris. He has the most stolen bases in the league. Ripped on a line to center. Scott on his way over. 2 up, 2 down. William Contreras getting ready to hit.
Pretty frugal guy. He is very efficient with the pitch count in this one.
Two down, nobody on. One, 2 now. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Brewers. We go to the top of the 7th, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Nolan Gorman. Foul ball there. Now the 0-1. That one is cut on and missed. Looked like a changeup.
Really good changeup.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a bouncer to first. That's the first out at the top of the 7th. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Chad Patrick is done, and that was a start he can feel pretty good about. Tie ball game, and new pitcher when we get back. Brandon Woodruff gets the call from the pen.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than 1 hit per inning pitch so far this season.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 1. All tied up here in the top half of inning number 7. And it goes just foul. Woodruff, multi-time All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a sinker, a changeup, a cutter, and he occasionally uses a curve. Trying to bunt his way on. Not in time. That's a bunt single. Urias in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. Now this one gets away from the catcher. Throws to second. Wild pitch, and into second moves the go-ahead run. Scott, the runner at second with 1 away. Runner edges away at second. He's trying for third. Throws, skips past him. He'll score, and they trail by 1.
No, this has been a good, tight game so far, but now that error looms pretty large. I got to think that's going to weigh on him for a little while, unless somehow they can come back and win this thing.
Goes down looking.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1. And a big swing and a miss. He goes down looking. Back here in Milwaukee, set for the last half of the 7th. Jake Bauers up now for the Brewers. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Bullpen action for the Cardinals. Riley O'Brien, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Romero getting loose as well. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He swung over top of the curveball. Fastball for a strike.
Well, I'm impressed with that challenge pitch right there. Even with this slim lead, this guy's not afraid to go right after these hitters.
Strike 2. The Cards trying to hold a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Line drive. That's a base hit. And that puts the tying run on base.
Well, that was an important at-bat in this game, so a great job there stepping up to the challenge. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Hunter Dobbins departs. He exits with the lead. New pitcher for the Cardinals, Riley O'Brien. The offense will need to be ready for the breaking stuff. He's got a great curveball. Luis Rengifo, the next to hit.
Good swing out of him last time. Ripped a liner in the center. If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
Mitchell dives back in, but they got him.
On this situation, you're pretty eager to try to get that runner up to second base in the scoring position. A lot of good things can happen from there. But clearly not able to get back to first on the pickoff. Nice job by the pitcher.
And the tying run is on base.
So with the tying run at first base, he's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on. Drive it into a gap and score that run from first base.
Lined into right. And the inning is over. Milwaukee leaves one. They trail it 3-2. We're at the top of the 8th, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Jordan Walker. The 1-1. Late that time, it's strike 2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Well, with 2 strikes, you want to stay back long enough for that breaking ball, but he handled a fastball slightly elevated, Good job by the hitter right there to spoil it away.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
And that's where the swing. It's a strikeout.
But they had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick, because word will get around the league in a hurry.
Fouled off left side. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. Now the left fielder, Lars Nootbaar. He had a big swing back in the 4th, a 2-run homer, and that helped them get the lead.
And what a swing it was, Boog. Poetry in motion, and those are the type that you hardly feel when you connect with the baseball. Just so smooth, a great feeling off the bat.
Just missed. Close one, doesn't get the call, and it's 3-0. That clips the inside corner for a strike. Line to right, and that'll be a base hit. And with the inning still alive, here comes the heart of the order.
But when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
That one to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So 1 left for the Cardinals, but they still lead at 3-2. Back at the ballpark as we take a check of the bullpen so far this season. That one catches the zone. It's 0-1. Out to short. Weatherholt sends it to first, and that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. The Cardinals holding on to a 1-run lead here the bottom half of the 8th inning. That's hard hit on the line. 2 away.
Now, off the bat, it looked like they might get that tying run on base, maybe even extra bases. No dice, though. A little unlucky on that one.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Riley O'Brien won't go any further, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. The left-hander on now, Jojo Romero. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Next for the Brewers, Jackson Chourio. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
Great swing and solid contact. Just a little too quick. He's got to stay back a little longer. Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Swing and a ground ball. Throws to first in time. That ends the frame. Back here at American Family Field. Now up the Cardinals' number 4 hitter, Pedro Pajes. late on that fastball. And that's through there for a strike. And the count 1-2. Got him looking. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Fastball inside just freezes the hitter. I don't think he was ready to pull the trigger. A lot of times hitters are looking away, and that one locked him up. Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Just missed. Crowd locked in right now. One-run game here in the ninth. And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
A pretty good break on the curveball right there. Maybe not as down in the zone as he would have liked, but deceptive enough to get that swing and miss. And if you don't catch that pitch out front on the barrel, it bears in on you pretty hard.
Scott stands in here, takes ball 1 low. One-run game here in the top of the ninth. That one lifted to left. Chorio under it. Brings it in. And that'll do it. Redbirds down quietly, but they're up 3-2. Matt Swanson comes on trying to close it out.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Yeah, that's fouled off. One-run game, bottom 9. Yeah, that's in for a strike. And it's 0-2. Stays alive. The 0-2. And the pitch is outside, ball 1. That's towards center. Scott in and to his right. Brings it in. 1 up, 1 down. That's a big first out right there, and that changes things.
Yeah, you can kind of see how just the hope and optimism is shrunk a little bit, but they got a couple more outs to work with. They got to find a way to get a runner on and get one around the bases.
Swinging a drive, deep right field. Carrying well. Out of here, into the visitors' bullpen. And this game is tied.
This one feels far from over, Boog. Who knows how this game's going to play out now? Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Here in the bottom of the ninth, 1 out. Jake Bauers digs in now.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Bottom of the zone and a called strike. 1 out, base is empty, and a run in. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. That one is absolutely belted. Way back there. Out of here. And that ends the game. Wow.
Hitting a walk-off homer is the kind of thing you dream about growing up. You're in the backyard, you're creating the most pressure-packed scenario, and what do? You come through with the big swing. Well, he was living a childhood moment right there. Nice swing of the bat, nice win for the team.
Three, our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon. Here in Milwaukee, MLB The Show has action out of the NL Central. It's the St. Louis Cardinals and the Milwaukee Brewers. Alongside my partner Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us here. Today we've got two teams with a lot of history, but it's traditionally been a one-sided matchup, Singy.
Yeah, they've certainly had the upper hand every time these two face off, Boog. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes down in today's matchup. I mean, at some point, the trend has got to stop, right?
First pitch coming your way next. And on the hill today, Coleman Crow. What do you have on him?
Well, they're going with the opener in this one, so this is an interesting look. He's probably only going to pitch an inning, maybe two at the most, and it's going to be unconventional. I think he's going to pitch backwards, more off speed, and then fastballs late.
Ready to go now, Ivan Herrera now at the plate. To the right side, Terang. In plenty of time to first. One pitch and one out. Take a look at the lineup. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Alec Burleson.
Well, these days we know teams, they put a game plan together for every hitter in a lineup. But a guy like this, they circle him, make sure he doesn't beat you. So they put in a little extra time and effort on how they're going to approach him. He can be a huge difference maker when he's hot. So it's going to be fun to see how they try to work him right here.
He hauls it in, 2 away.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
2 down, bases empty. Alec Burleson next up for the Cardinals. And another ball. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And on further review, it was a strike. So they still got both their challenges. Two down, nobody on. And that one is downstairs. And it's 2-1. Outside with a breaking ball. And he walked him.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
On the corner for a strike. 0-1.
No, that's down.
Out towards right center field. Makes the grab on the run. And that is that. Now it's the Brewers' turn. It's a scoreless ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the Christian Yelich up now for the Brewers. Yelich matched a homer in his last game. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Just misses the mark outside the zone. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Next pitch is outside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk. Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline. Oh, 1 down. That's ripped into the outfield. Scott makes a nice running catch. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. And a big factor for them in recent games, Luis Rengifo. 1 out man at first. Now it's the second baseman, Bryce Terang. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Yelich goes. Strike in there. Not in time. He's safe. One out and a runner at second here in the third and final game of the series. In the air out towards right center. Great effort as he's able to haul it in. Runner tags at second.
They trust him in center field because he's capable of making plays on the run, and we saw it right there. That's a player you want patrolling center field. Someone who can attack the ball off the bat.
Contreras launched a homer in his most recent game. He currently leads the league in RBIs, Singy, and now's a good time to add to that total. There's a strike. Contreras not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge, and that one was indeed a strike. Still one challenge left for them. No score yet, but a runner at third with two away. The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. Ground ball right side to Jay-Z. And that's the inning. Scoreless after one. Back here in Milwaukee. And now the center fielder, Victor Scott. And looks like he wants the signs again as he steps off the rubber. Bunt attempt popped up. And safe at first, a bunt single. Fouled off. He was late. No score here in the second. Little trouble with this one behind the plate. The throw into second. Not going to get him. He's in there. And it's second. Line drive to short and
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Thomas Sajazi at the plate now. That's ball one.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
The Cards looking to strike first here at the top of the second. Swung on, belted. Carrying well. Out of here. His second of the year. The Cardinals score first. It's 2-0.
His plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Coleman Crow gives way. Here comes the new arm for the Brewers, Quinn Priester.
Don't expect to see a whole lot of swings and misses, but he's going to compete out there on the mound.
Hit hard, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. And now the catcher comes up to him, Joel Pozo. Runner takes off. There's a ball. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
Well, we all know this team is struggling right now, and sometimes you just got to do something different to generate some offense. A little more aggressive right there to put the pressure on the opponent. We'll see if it pays off on the scoreboard for this team.
That one misses. Ball 2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Grounds one to short. Hamilton tosses to first, and there are 2 outs.
Good late bite on that slider. Got the hitter out in front, rolled over on it. Exactly what it was supposed to do.
And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat, drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
That one finds the zone, and the count 1-2. Set down on strikes. They limit the damage here. 2 runs for St. Louis on this blast. And it's 2-zip. It's an NL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Back here at American Family Field, we head to the bottom of the second. Jake Bauers up now for the Brewers. Bauers with a homer in his last game, and an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. 0-1.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Right side. To first. Leadoff man retired here in the second. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. Here's the 0-2. In the air to left center. Scott on the move. Can't get to it. And a man aboard.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
That one is absolutely belted. Banks off the wall. Coming home. Now a relay to the plate. In there. He scores. And they trail by 1.
Well, back within 1 as he brings home the run.
Anytime you smoke the ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Next to hit, Sal Freeland. In the air, left side. Nootbaar takes it in for the out. Out number 2. And that's off the outside edge. And that's ball 1.
Well,
how this guy grinds out at bats. I mean, he's down there at the bottom of the lineup in the 9-hole, but he's worked himself into a really good hitter's count, trying to pick up a 2-out RBI.
Line drive, that's a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score and then tie it. It's an RBI single. It's 2-2. Back to the top of the Milwaukee order. Christian, runner takes off, pitching for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Well, that steal right there is wanting to take advantage of having a really good hitter at the plate. Now they've got a much better shot at bringing home a 2-out RBI.
And on second, 2 down. In the air, left field. And that is foul. Swings through it for the K. Good job at damage control right there. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We've played 2 full. We are tied 2-2. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been struggling. Yeah, that's fouled off. Deal 1. Outside with a breaking ball. Priester, a 6'3" righty, 210 pounds, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. That one finds the zone. That is strike 2.
Wow, that's 89 on the gun, and it's a changeup. It's like good hitting if you're looking for it, but because of the speed differential between the fastball and that pitch, really hard for a hitter to get on time with it.
Makes the catch. 1 down. Tied up here in the early going. On the ground, Terang. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the 3rd.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. It gets down a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Scott stands in now and watches strike 1. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Reaches over the wall, and he's got it! We go to the bottom of the 3rd, all even at 2 apiece. Welcome back. Well, Singy, as we said at the top, this matchup has been one-sided recently. It's still early, but we're all tied up.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see when you're the underdog. Stay close, give yourself a shot. Sometimes all it takes is one swing or one mistake to turn a ball game.
Home run number 5 on the season, and it gives them the lead in the 3rd. It's 3-2. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at-bat move. Aggressive, and it paid off. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
Splits the plate. Strike 1. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the last half of the third. Singy, he's leading the way at the moment with the most home runs in the league. And a big swing and a miss. Fights it off. He'll see another. Got him swinging. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Now the 0-1. This one in the air, center field. Scott in position. That's out number 2. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That one carrying out of here. A solo shot. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add to the lead. It's 4-2. That's his third straight game with a homer, Singy.
This dude is on fire, Boog. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Just missed. That one close, ruled the ball, and it's 2-0.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
That's to third, Urias. Play made, that ends the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. On to inning number 4. This is Brewers baseball on the show, Wisconsin. Chop back up the middle. Hamilton tosses to first. That's the first out in the top of the 4th. On the ground to third. Throw over to Bowers. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th. Jordan Walker next up for the Cardinals. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Out towards right center field. Freeland on the move to the alley. And that is that.
Well, these Brewers showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
Flashes the leather on the running catch. 1 up, 1 down.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
He swings and fouls one off. Foul ball there. In the air, left field. Nootbaar should have this one. Takes it in for the out. And the batter will be the shortstop, David Hamilton. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a ground ball. Over to first. An acrobatic play to end the inning. Gone in order are the Brewers, but they still lead this one 4-2.
You know, these Cards need to bring up the quality of their bats and specifically their swings. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs. Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Slider clips the zone.
And this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
That one the other way. Calls it in. Gone away. That's too low. Ball 1. The Redbirds down by a pair, and we're at the top of the 5th. Hard on the ground to first. Bowers takes it to the bag, and the first 2 set down at the top of the 5th. Now at the plate, Lars Nootbaar. And there's a base hit to the left. And that keeps the inning going. In the air to left center. Mitchell on the move to the gap. He makes the grab, and that'll do it. Back to the top of the lineup. Yelly stepping into the box now. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a line drive, and that one's a base hit out of the left center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Here comes the manager out of the Cardinals dugout, and he'll make a move. New pitcher for the Cardinals, number 67. He last pitched 2 days ago. That's in there.
Well, these Brewers really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like...
Yelich goes. Short grounder. That's through for a base hit. Will throw to third. And it throws off line. Safe at third. So runners at the corners. Nobody out. Bryce Terang getting ready to hit.
I'm curious how he decides to attack on it.
Runner on the move. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Out of bounds. Safe.
They're being real aggressive to put some runs on the board. Get two runners now in the scoring position. Excellent job of stealing second base and staying out of a potential double play. Now that can kind of back.
Base hit. One run in already. Here comes the throw. Safe at the plate, and the run scores all the way from second. And they lead by 4.
Oh, that's a big at bat coming through in the clutch to drive in a pair. Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
Runner breaks for third. Pitch misses. Throw to third. Save. That wasn't close. And the league leader in stolen bases does it again.
Well, maybe he thought he should have gone for a triple instead of a double and just decided, I'm going to take third this way. Definitely using his legs to his advantage right here.
On the ground to the left. That's out number 1. And a run comes in to score. Now here's Jake Bowers. He's already homered in this game. Swing and a ball popped up. This one a mile high. 2 down. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. Hard hit to third. Throws across the diamond, and the inning is over. 5 innings complete. It's the Brewers 7 and the Cardinals 2. It's an NL Central. Back in the ballpark, let's take a look at some of the moments that stand out to us. Ramon Urias will hit next. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1. Urias measures 5 feet 10 inches, 31 years old, and he's a native of Mexico. Right through there for a strike. Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase. Pitch is in the dirt. Ball 2. Just missed. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
And first offering is fouled off. To third. And it finds its way through for a hit. And out to a board. Ground ball to the right side. There's one. A sensational double play. Thomas Sajazi next up for the Cardinals. He's already homered here in this one. Off the mark there. And that's ball 1. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. Here's a 2-2. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. Laser to the gap, should score the run. Runner from third, in to score. It's 7-3. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Comes through with the RBI. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
And here comes the Brewers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Quinn Priester will depart, and he's responsible for the runner on second. So the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back. Here comes the new arm for the Brewers, Aaron Ashby. He's pitching on 2 days rest. And that's in there at the knees. Battling here as he fouls it away. Man at second. Got him swinging for the kill. Inning over, and it could have been worse. Cards on the board with this double. It's now 7. Back here in Milwaukee, bottom of the inning, Luis Rengifo up now for the Brewers. Popped in the air, left field, and there's one down. Foul ball. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike two. Three-two now.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Here's a high chopper. Fires to first in time. Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Number 67 done for the day. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. New arm on the mound for the Cardinals, Richard Fitz.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
Two down, nobody on. Outside low, and now it's even 1-1. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Two down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the sixth. That one in the dirt, and the count's even at 2. Line drive, Adam in center field. Brewers go down quietly, but they lead it by 4. It's 7-3. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Hard ground ball, base knock. And the leadoff man aboard.
I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
The 1-0. And another ball. On the ground, right side. Flips it. There's one. To first. Double play. Nicely done. Base is empty after the double play. Lars Nootbaar next up for the Cardinals. Hit on the ground to the right side. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. And that is the inning. Redbirds down quietly. They're down 4. It's 7-3. Bottom of the 7th. So here's the Brewers DH, Christian Yelich. That one hammered, but pulled foul. And a 1-2. Good job to fight that one off. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, you see him trying to pull that inside pitch right there, and that's not the kind of approach that you want to have. Even if you do get to it, it's going to be very difficult to keep it fair. You're just going to make it a long strike at best. You have to be able to stay within the baseball on the inside of that path to it, and that way, if you're a little quick, the ball gets hit hard somewhere, and it's not foul.
In the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Fouled off left side.
I wouldn't say the game's close right now, but it's not out of reach either. And these pitchers really need to put up a 0 on the board just to maintain a little hope.
Left field. Nootbaar on the move. Makes the grab on the run. That is the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee, but they still lead it. Back here at American Family Field, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Alec Burleson. That one ripped right center field. That's back there. That's down. One hops off the wall. Pulls into second. That's a double to start the 8th.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
This one in the air right field. Frelick after it. Great effort, but it gets down. And they're at the corners with nobody out.
Another multi-hit game for him. He's been really hot lately. Now let's see if they can string something together and make it a little more interesting.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the bullpen. Aaron Ashby departs, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. So the Brewers bring on a new pitcher from the pen, Abner Uribe.
He's certainly been one of their better relief pitchers this season. The numbers are really solid, so they feel great about handing the ball over to him.
And now, Victor Scott. The Cardinals with a chance to get back into it. And we're in the top of the 8th. that one to triple digits. Next offering is foul back.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants. So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
2 on, 1 out. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
A defensive swing right there. Some cheese on the inside part of the plate. Got the hang.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Freeland has a beat on it and makes the grab. Runner tags for home. He's in on the sacrifice fly. It's 7-4. Here's the second baseman, Thomas Sajazi.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
Swings through that one out in front that time. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Brewers 7 and the Cardinals 4. It's back here in Milwaukee. Singy, this series is tilted one way for a while now, and it's unfolding the same way today.
Yeah, they came out aggressive, applied pressure, and are backing it up inning after inning. At this point, it's almost expected.
Action in the St. Louis bullpen. Gordon Graceffo, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Stanek also throwing. Next offer in there for a strike. That's strike 2. And that one upstairs. That one misses. So a leadoff walk. Now it's going to be Jake Bauers.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
Contreras on at first, nobody out. Grounder might be 2. Win toss to second, back to first, and that is a double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple. This guy's usually not one to chase pitches off the plate, but he did there. We'll see if he can tighten up his zone a little bit.
2 down, nobody on. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. That one ripped left field. That's got a chance. Out of here. Home run number 10 of the year. And they tack one on the board. It's 8-4.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Rengifo now in the box. comes up empty with a swing there. In the air, out towards left center, and that's the third out. But the Brewers add one with a solo shot. Last chance coming up here for the Cards. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Trevor McGill, on for his 20th appearance of the year. This one popped up, and there's one down.
Very nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
McGill is what you're looking for in a good reliever. The ball stays in the ballpark. It's so hard to square him up.
Yeah, he stays out of the middle and pitches either at the bottom or at the top on the edges. And because of that, if you do get it in the air, it's usually just a high fly ball. And when it's down in the zone, it's on the ground.
He's so consistent that the manager basically can look at it like he's got 3 outs sitting in his pocket. That shortens the game. Sets him down on strikes. Cardinals now with just 1 out remaining. Back to the top of the order. Ivan Herrera, the next to hit. And ball 1.
When he takes the mound, you feel like, hey, this inning is wrapped or this ball game is over. He's just that good. And you can see it in opposing hitters as well. They know when he comes in, pretty much forget about it. Kind of reminds me of Mariano Rivera.
The Cards down to their final strike. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. High fly ball, right field. Freeman coming on. Makes the catch. Ball game. And the Brewers finish off a 3-game sweep here in front of the home crowd.
Whether you're a season ticket holder or you just come to a couple of games a year, to see your team win at home, there's just something special about that. Good job by this team to get it done for the hometown fans.